So after understanding the asana, now we are going to talk about the understanding what we are going to do in the asana. The first step, we are going to talk about the joint movement. What are the joint? Joint is that part of your body where the more than one bones are coming together, where the bones are going to join. That's called the joint. And we are going to do the joint movements, means we are going to do the movement of that joint. And why we are going to do that movement of the joint? To remove the stiffness, removing the stiffness from our joint region. You just move your joint like this, you will see the sound of fractions in our joint area. So the joint, the first purpose is to remove the stiffness from your joint, and second is to make the friction free joint. When you will move the joint, there will be no sound as well. Second thing, third thing is release the liquid or release the stiffness from your joint and circulate the liquid in your joint, which will help to remove the stiffness as well. Third is, many times we hold that much weight, or by the walking, by the working, sometimes we are putting a unwanted weight on our wrist, unwanted weight on our shoulder, unwanted weight on our knee. Then what is happening? Our joints are not able to hold that much weight, they are not able to back that much weight. Then what happens? Our joint get damaged, but that damages we do not understand. Then what we have to do? Through the joint movement, we are repairing that damaged joint, and sometimes we have an internal swelling which even we don't know. So through the joint movement exercise, what we do, we have to remove that swelling from the joint and lead ourselves towards to the happy joint, because our joint roll a lot. I can let you know, when you are doing a plank and if you do not have a happy wrist joint, then what will happen? You won't be able to perform a plank posture because it will hurt there. So also through the joint movement, we will remove that damaged joint from there and we will warm our joint gently. Now two things are there, you can see the joint movement and the warm up. The joint movement always go passively, means passive movement of the joint. This required, we do not have to do. I have seen many times person used to do like this by watching the videos on the YouTube and the other platform, and you are doing faster. No, joint movement always go with the awareness, with the balance of your breath and the movement, and the same time passive movement required there. Then you will be work in your deep connected tissues in the fascia region. If you do it faster, only you will work in your superficial muscles only, that's all. You will not go in the deep connective tissues. Okay, so let's understand the joint and we will practice the joint movement of the whole body. Then you will see how we are finding the balance between our breath and the joint. Let's talk about the warm up. Now after understanding the base of the joint movement, we are going to talk about the warm up. Warm up is always go with the active movement. So we have to do all the movements and actively, because the joint movement goes passively and warm up go actively. Now we will talk about the basic warm up needed. The first warm up is required for our neck, because the lack of the asanas will going to affect on our neck. But some of the asanas like inversion poses are the completely danger for the neck. So we should do a good warm up of our neck, shoulder. Shoulder is the multi-axial joint, but it is weaker than our hip. So we should do a good warm up of our shoulder. Then spine. Last we can say ankle. This is much important to do always the warm up of these joints, because there are the chances to get injury. Ankle injury comes very easily, spine, the lower back injuries comes very easily, shoulder injury and neck injury comes very easily. So we do have to take care of this. Joint, the warm up work to increase the blood circulation in this joint and entire our body, because it's increase the digestive fire into your body. Because when the body start getting heat, your 13th agni, there is the 13 agni into our body, or the 13 kind of fire in our body. The warm up work all of them, and it's mostly work with the 13th one, which is called the digestive fire. The digestive fire get increased, so benefit in digestion, which is nowadays a very much people are have indigestion, constipation, acidity, lower back pain. This kind of problems everyone has right now. So please do the warm up nicely. You won't get this problem just only by practicing the warm up, or just by practicing what we are going to do just now. Okay, and the joint move, the warm up decrease the chances of injury. I can say right now, if you are driving the car, if you are driving the car with awareness and you know what you are doing, there will be a very less chances of accident, but still there is chances of accident. Same in yoga, the warm up joint movement will decrease the chances, decrease the risk of injury, but there will be always. So please do aware what you are doing and do with the 100% attendance. Why? Sometimes physically we are aware, physically we are doing the movement, but mentally our mind is somewhere else. Like suppose I'm talking to you right now, guys, but my mind is moving towards to the dining hall. What is going to have dinner? What is going to there for the lunch? What is going to there for the breakfast? Mind is constant moving outside, because for finding the balance into your mind, you have to find out the balance into your breath. If you do not have a good control of your breath, you cannot have a control in your mind. Chale vate chalam chittam nishchalam nischale bhavet. It means when the prana, when the breath is moving into your body, the mind will move. If the breath will stop, mind will get stopped. And if you want to control the mind, please control your breath. So here we have to find out the good balance between our physical and the breath movement as well. So warm up, you have understood, increasing the blood circulation, increasing the heat into your body, decreasing the chances of the injury, and it's give the tension free joint movement, means your joint can move freely without risk of injury. It prepare your body to go deeper into the posture, because sometimes if I tell you now do the forward bend, full forward bend, you won't be able, because your joints are not warm properly, your hip are not warm, your spine is not warm. How you can go deeper into the pose? But same, if you do it with the warm up series, I can guarantee you will go more than 5 inches down, what you can do right now, because your joints are now happy and freely move, ready to freely move. That's the reason we're supposed to do the warm up series. And the biggest benefit of doing the warm up, it mentally prepare our body. Sometimes you are physically prepared but mentally not prepared, still there is chances to get injury. So when your mind will see the body starts sweating and you have a good heat into your body, now you are mentally prepared to go deeper into the posture. That's the also reason warm up need a lot in our practice. I hope you understand the role of warm up. Still, I'm not talking about the spiritually benefit. I'm just staying with the physically, because when you will come for the 200 hour here, we are not going to talk about only this. We have 1,000 of the warm up exercises, and there are the more than 100 benefit why we are doing the warm up. Still, we talk about the physical. There is mental, emotional, and spiritual benefit also to do the warm up series. Because here, if I explain you there, like what is the mental benefit, what is the physical, and what is the spiritual benefit, you won't be able to understand that much, because we have to talk a lot about these exercises. Then we understood the spiritual. I can give you the example of one exercise. I just talk about the forward bend. We are doing the forward bend to release the stiffness from our lumbar, to make our hamstring, calf, and these muscles to get relaxed and get flexible. No. The ultimate goal of doing the forward bend is bring the feeling of surrender, is bring the feeling of faith, is will bring the blood circulation towards to your nervous system, so your memory will get strong. It will stimulate in somehow your pineal and pituitary gland, which will release the oxytocins from your body, so you will feel more happy with love and joy. The same, all the asanas have this kind of benefit. Also, when you're doing the forward bend, it's going to stimulate the swadhisthana chakra into your body, which leads towards to the pleasure, towards to the creativitiness, towards to the safety, security, and towards to the transformation. So all these asanas have a lot of benefit to perform. Here, just this much is enough for all of us. So after understanding the warm-up, let's talk about the sun salutation.